Fair is fair, but unfair is unfair. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about this crazy story coming out of New Zealand. Laurel Hubbard, a biological male that has now become a woman, has qualified for the Olympics, which will be this year, 2021, in August in Tokyo, Japan. Now, there's so much to this story, I'm not really sure where to begin. I guess I'll back up a little bit here to tell you about the Olympics, why this is relevant, and how this even happened. How do you have a biological male that is allowed to compete with biological women? I'll explain. Now, the 2021 Olympics, this is kind of a makeup from 2020 because we all know the pandemic happened and people couldn't do the Olympics. It got canceled, X, Y, and Z. So now we have a makeup year. And the Olympics happens every 4 years. The Summer Olympics, that is. You got the Winter Olympics, but that's a different story. You have the Summer Olympics every 4 years. And a lot of people, from the time they're children, little kids, on up in well into adulthood, they look forward to the Olympics. It's the pinnacle of athletic success for many. You know, a lot of people, they may do college wrestling, track and field, or whatever. They're not going to go pro in that. They're not going to have a career really as an adult, making millions of dollars off of that for the most part. So the Olympics, that's like the pinnacle of success. If you're able to become an Olympian and then become a medalist, it's like you get the key to the city, maybe even the key to the world. That's how you feel, at least. Maybe it might not be that way, but that's how you feel. It's the pinnacle of success. Now, this person, Laurel Hubbard, has been competing for a very long time, back when they were still a male. From 1998 until 2012, Laurel Hubbard was a male and competed in weightlifting, which is what they do that whole time. So the better part of 15 years, they competed or were trying to compete professionally as a male in weightlifting. They didn't really get anywhere, no Olympics, no accolades, no success. But in 2013, they transitioned. And when they did that, they went out and tried out for the Olympics. I'm not sure what happened in 2015, 16, or whatever, but fast forward to right now, 2021, and they will be New Zealand's first ever transgender athlete to represent them at the Olympics. Now, I gave the Olympics some credit a while back because they banned Black Lives Matter paraphernalia. I'm like, okay, great, fantastic. That is a great start to end some of the wokeness in the Olympics, but you still have the IOC that are allowing transgender men or women that were born as men to compete with women. It's unfair, okay? If someone wants to be transgender, that's their business. I don't have no problem with that. That's not my prerogative. You do you, if that's you, okay? I don't really care. However, let's be fair. You can be a transgender woman, but if you were born as a male, compete with the males. I don't care if you got pigtails, ponytails, you got barrettes in your hair. I don't care what's going on with your appearance, how you feel, the hormone treatment. I'll talk about that in a minute. Compete with biological men, right? Here's an example of why this is unfair. First of all, before I even get to the specific numbers and the comparisons between men and women in their performance, Laurel Hubbard qualified for the Olympics as a woman, although they are not a biological woman. Now, Nini Manumua, a Polynesian woman, by the way, did not make it to the Olympics because of the inclusion of Laurel Hubbard. You see what I'm saying? So you have a woman of color that is being oppressed by this biological white man. That's what's going on. But I guess it doesn't really make a difference when you have the LGBT factor in there. That kind of overrides this whole white male thing. All right, your white maleness is overridden by your LGBT status and how you identify. That's kind of what's going on. It seems pretty strange, but I'll move on. The point is that if you have biological men competing with women, they're going to disenfranchise women. And that's the whole point of gendered sports. Because if you just had all the genders in one pot, women would never succeed. They would not succeed. The top trained men in sports are going to dominate women. I've seen plenty of stories of this. Megan Rapinoe, who is now a Victoria's Secret model for some reason, but that's a different story, and I totally digress. Megan Rapinoe and her women's U.S. soccer team lost up against a group of high school boys in some kind of pickup game. High school boys. So you have Olympic level women, right? Olympic level professional women facing off against a group of high school boys who were not professional, not in the Olympics, high school boys, and lost because men and women are different. Period. I was watching some of the 100-meter dash for men and women for the to qualify for the Olympics to go to Tokyo, and I saw the girl that everybody's talking about, Sha'Carri Richardson, the next FloJo, right? Got the nails and the hair and a lot of attitude and pizzazz and spunk, right? She did excellent. Came in first, had a slow start, but toward the end, she put on the afterburners, did very well. Now, I think her time was 10.8 or something like that. Okay, great time, real fast, top-level athlete as a woman, right? Top-level athlete as a woman. However, I watched the men, and all the men, even the lowest ranked man, had a higher score than Sha'Carri Richardson. All the men, including, 42 or 43-year-old Justin Gatlin. Justin Gatlin is still running, gray in the beard, all of that stuff, gray on top of his head, gray hair, and is like a second faster, which is very fast when you're talking about, that's a long time when you're talking about track and field, a full second faster than the fastest 21-year-old woman. I mean, biology, you can't defeat it. And it's weird because the same people that say, oh, trans women are women, they should be able to, perform and compete against biological women. The same people that say believe in the science. This is not science to say that men and women are the same. And, they try to say, well, there are certain conditions you have to be able to adhere to. You have to be on certain kind of drugs. I don't know if it's estrogen or whatever, but they say you got to be on that for a full 12 months to suppress your testosterone before you're able to go out there and compete. But that's not going to change your physical body. That's not going to make you not be 6'6" anymore. I mean, that won't make you be 6'8" and agile and be able to have a 40-inch vertical. That's not going to stop that. So it's like, what are we even doing? If you put LeBron James on hormone replacement therapy, he's still going to be LeBron James, just with a little bit of a slower step, perhaps. But he won't be able to birth children. He's not going to grow ovaries. He's not going to have the same kind of hormone issues that women have. He can't menstruate. So again, women are not men and men are not women. It's not a matter of who's stronger than who's weaker than who. It's just that we are different. That's the long and short of it. It's unfair to have biological men compete against women. You have gendered sports, aged sports, and also different weight classes. When you're talking about boxing, it's unfair for two men to compete where one man is 175 pounds and another guy is 225 pounds. If it's unfair for men and men to compete in boxing when their weights and heights are different, then why is it fair for a biological man to compete against a biological woman? You see it in MMA. The person, I think her name was Fallon Fox, a trans woman, I guess you would say, biological male, fracture a woman's skull. This guy wasn't even skilled. He's just a man. He's going to be more powerful than a woman. Women have great sports, right? They're able to compete at a very high level. But when they compete among each other, that's what makes it good. You put men in the mix, it's just going to disenfranchise all the women. Okay? And if you're talking about having the NCAA be no gender is going to really matter as far as recruiting, you're going to have these coaches recruit transgender women because they know they're going to be faster than biological women. It's not right. It's not fair. You're denying women opportunities. You're talking about, oppression and suppression. Well, what are we doing? This is exactly what's going on right here. So as I close, I want to say this. It is not fair for this person, Laurel Hubbard, to qualify for the Olympics and compete against women as a biological male. Okay, I saw something else where it was a basketball player, 50 years old, a male that's like 7 foot tall almost. He was towering above all the women, competing against women. How is this fair? I thought Joanna Man was a movie, not real life, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Is it fair to have biological male compete against biological females? If that's a viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or do you agree with me? It's not fair. It's not right. I think that people who identify as transgender should compete against their birth gender. Period. Like if I'm an athlete, like let's say I'm a boxer or whatever, right? And the person across the ring is dressed like Madea from the Tyler Perry movies, I don't care. So what? I'm gonna keep my guard up at all time. Make sure that I'm sticking and moving. I won't take them for granted. I'll take them seriously because at the end of the day, it's a fight, and I'm not trying to get knocked out by Granny. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I would carry it, and that's how it should be. They should not be allowed to compete against biological women. It's not right. Protect women, support women. I respect, protect, and adore women. I'm gonna make sure that they're straight over on their side with their sports, free from biological men going over there and doing whatever they want. It's just not right. Like I said, if someone is transgender, that's their prerogative, not mine. I don't care. Do not care. Don't care. I'm not a religious person. I'm not some type of person that is like, if you gay and you're an abomination, I don't care. That's your business. However, fair is fair, but unfair is unfair. And whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.